Start recording. It's
Been having coffee
recording.
attacks. Aren't these cute? All buildings. See if John wants them. Can you have it, John? Event. Got it from somebody's table.
All right, Bruce, whenever you want to get started.
Okay.
This would be perfect. It's going. I started it.
Oh, we're going?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, then we'll call the meeting to order. This is the Board of Public Works meeting on Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021, at 6:30 PM. Roll call.
Bruce Bailey,
Present.
Alderman Akers is excused. Alderperson Collins,
Present.
John Rivera,
Present.
and John Graber.
Graber. Here. Present. Yep.
Thanks.
Okay, approval of the September 28th, 2021 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any corrections?
Weren't there?
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Wait.
It's been approved and seconded?
Yeah, but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
What's that?
If he wasn't at the meeting, can he second it?
I don't know, then I'll second it.
Okay.
just keep
Okay,
it.
and
Good. Yep.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. Any citizen commentary today?
None?
Okay. We had one lady that, from my district, that was going to show up today regarding a no parking area that she wants. She's on the corner of 76th and Allerton, across from TCF Bank, but we'll discuss that if she shows up.
Okay, yeah. She, she did call me, and she had to talk to the county, and the county's looking into it because she also wants no parking on 76th Street, and that's county.
Oh,
I did talk to her, and so hopefully, we can look into it if she gets further down our
Yeah.
process there with the county.
Yep.
Okay, number 5, discussion and decision to approve an agreement for a targeted runoff management grant from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources to fund channel improvements within Honey Creek.
So as you're aware, we're working on a project at Conkle Park on the south side of the creek to improve that area. It's kind of an undeveloped area of the park. We're going to be making some changes to the Honey Creek channel. We're going to be putting a boardwalk in there, doing some restoration of taking out some of the buckthorn and non-native plants like that. We're going to be regrading it, putting in some observation areas, making the channel flow better. We're going to be making some changes to the storm sewer in that area so the storm sewer drains better, putting in a pond to help eliminate flooding. So as a part of that, we've been applying for a number of grants. This is another grant we just received. Notice from the DNR, a grant of $225,000 toward that project.
excellent.
And it's all going to take place between 43rd and Layton Avenue?
Yeah, primarily the first part of the project is going to be from Layton to approximately 48th Street, which is all within the Conkle Park.
So majority of it is going to be in Conkle Park.
Yeah, I would say the majority is going to be within Conkle Park. Probably, at least that's the part we're working on right now. But there is more Honey Creek on the other side of Loomis, between Loomis and 43rd, although that is less we have less problems there.
Okay.
That's not a matching grant either, right?
It is a matching grant, but we're trying to match grants with grants. So what we can, for this type of grant, what you can do is, if you apply for another grant, two grants can match each other, and
Okay.
that is the case here.
And when do you think they could start on something like this?
And the hope is that construction will start in this spring.
Oh, that's soon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how long it would potentially take?
And the construction will take most of the summer into the fall, and then there is a period of time where the restoration has to take place, because there's going to be quite a bit of plant matter removed and quite a lot of new trees, shrubs, grasses, and things planted. So it's about definitely all of this next year.
I'll make a motion that we approve this grant, the contract with the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources to fund channel improvements with Honey Creek.
Okay, motion by Denise Collins, second.
Second that motion.
Second. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. All right, number 6, discussion decision to approve a license agreement with We Energies for the Power Line Trail. The second was by Mr. Rivera.
Okay, yep. So this is another project you're aware of, the Power Line Trail. So this year, we're going to be building the Phase 1 of the Power Line Trail from 106th in Cold Spring to 60th in Cold Spring. We have a grant from Wisconsin Department of Transportation for that 3-mile project. It's going to be built in the We Energies right-of-way north of Cold Spring. And in order to put the trail within We Energies right-of-way, we need to have a license agreement between the city and We Energies. So the agreement basically is the terms that they're going to allow that trail in the right-of-way, and it gives various conditions between the city and We Energies. And there's not a monetary cost from We Energies to do that.
This is really exciting.
Yeah,
So I
it's a-
know this has been talked about for years and years and
years.
years and years.
For 20 years. When I was
Yeah.
on the Park and Rec Board in the 90s, we talked about a trail.
Yeah,
Hooking up, especially near the water tower, near 84th Street, going west. It's such a nice area, and then it goes, when you cross 96th Street, goes uphill by like a trestle, and then would hook up to the Oak Leaf Trail.
Yeah, it's gonna connect the Oak Leaf Trail on the west end, and eventually we hope to get all the way to Pondview Park.
But the first
This first phase is only to 60th.
Hopefully.
260th.
Yeah, but we have another grant, not a part of Phase 1. We have another grant secured to get from 60th to 43rd. So we're getting there.
yeah.
We're getting there.
That is so awesome.
When do you think it would start?
The next phase, the construction for
Construction.
Phase 1 is starting this spring.
Oh, next spring?
This spring,
What's the width gonna be?
10-foot wide.
10-foot wide? Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Does it have to go over any other structures or anything like that, or is it just open land that they're,
It's all on open land
okay.
and all at-grade crossings.
I wonder with that trestle, when you get west of 92nd, there's like a old trestle where, used to be an old interurban, actually, Right. I wonder if they're gonna follow that hill?
Oh, west
or-
of, yeah, it's gonna go, you're saying, yeah, west
Does it
of,
go up?
west of
Or-
92nd, it's gonna go over that, that hill.
It'll be elevated, it'll be more sort
It'll
of
be up on
elevated.
that hill, yeah.
And
So there must have been a bridge there at one point or something.
And what do they mean, what, the grass cutting? Is DPW gonna be,
Right, we're gonna be doing grass cutting,
but they're doing it now, that whole section.
right, and we're gonna be doing grass cutting, that's part of the agreement, yeah. Not,
How much?
they're gonna be doing grass cutting on the west end of the trail, and then we're gonna be doing grass cutting, going east.
So if the trail goes in, say, from 84th to 92nd, they cut that grass now, because I see them out there, I walk my dog in that area.
Yeah,
So we're gonna be cutting that whole stretch?
we're gonna be cutting that stretch, yeah.
So they end up, you know, doing a lot less cutting.
Yeah, they do less grass
DPW is gonna
cutting.
do it.
DPW will do the cutting.
Great.
So you're picking up more work.
Okay.
Okay, need a motion?
I will make a motion to approve the license agreement with We Energies for the Powerline Trail.
Second?
Okay. Motion by Mr. Collins, second by Mr. Graber. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Okay. Number 7, discussion and decision to approve an agreement with Resource Environmental Solutions for maintenance along the Wildcat Creek in Kawiki Park.
Okay, so this item, you may or may not be aware, it was, I think in 2018, we did a project in Kawiki Park, between the parking lot and Highway 100. We took a lot of fallen trees out. We reshaped that channel. There was some stone put into to prevent erosion, but there was also some other types of
Cleaning.
yeah, cleaning and
Big time.
reinforcing of the banks, because whenever we get a big storm, the Wildcat Creek comes through there, very, very heavy, and it would cause erosions and flooding within the park. So by doing the work that we did back in 2018, it improved that channel, so it can handle the water better and reduces erosion. So part of that is everything, all the plant material that's planted in there is native plants. It's a native planting, and native plantings require quite a bit of maintenance for the first few years before they get established. If you don't properly manage the weeds in those first 5 years, the weeds can take over. But if you can get it through that 5 years, then the native plants are actually more, they thrive better than non-natives would. So this is a 2-year contract with Resource Environmental Solutions to basically, for the last 2 years of managing the weeds in that, and making sure that only the native plants survive and the weeds don't in that area. It looks pretty nice now. It's a really attractive.
Night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day from
Right.
what it looked like before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will make a motion to approve the agreement with Resource Environmental Solutions for maintenance along the Wild Creek in Kawiki Park.
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Graber. Okay, discussion, what's the cost? What are we looking at?
$4,900 for 2 years of maintenance. So there is a team of like 2 or 3 people that come out 5 times a year.
Oh,
And they do weed, apply herbicides to anything that's a weed, they cut anything that's certain plants that are weeds they cut, certain ones they apply herbicide. They do a mowing in the fall. So this is, Yeah, so this is for 2 years of hand maintenance of a very large area.
And have we worked with Resource Environmental Solutions before on this project?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, they did the first 3 years, 2 years, 3 years.
Okay.
Great.
We just need to vote now.
We didn't vote? No.
Not-
All those in favor?
Yeah.
Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion's carried. Okay, number 8, Superintendent of Public Works Report. Mr. John.
Good evening. Thank you. As recently as today, we finished up the new lighting on the Layton Avenue from Loomis to 27th Street reconstruction project. Soon we'll have the electrical connection made by We Energies, and that'll be relit. Anticipation is that traffic control will be removed within the next week or two, so.
Great.
We're also working on the holiday decorations within the city center area there from roughly 49th Street up to 62nd Street with the banners and the snowflakes and such in anticipation of the holiday lighting of the tree on December 4th,
Fourth.
Saturday night.
At Conkle Park, right?
At Conkle Park,
Correct.
right. And then also working here at City Hall, putting up the Christmas tree, as well as helping out other departments declutter the basement storage area. We are on our last scheduled leaf collection routes, which began yesterday, Monday, and we'll continue through those routes and hopefully finish them up by next Friday so we can transition all that equipment over to snow and ice removal, so.
So you're still going to make a sweep through the 2nd District?
Yes, that sweep is scheduled to start Monday morning. Right now, we're in the first part for this week's collection, so it's on the last schedule.
Hopefully,
We'll make it.
yeah.
I'm pretty confident we'll
Leaves are
make it.
pretty much
Yeah.
down.
And there's quite a few piles of leaves in the streets in my district.
Yeah, so this week, we're roughly 27th Street to 76th Street, and starting Monday, we'll be 76th Street west to the city border, so,
You guys did a great job at my house already, so.
thank
Yeah,
you.
I was
Thank
going
you.
to say,
The
they,
crew was really nice and slow picking every single leaf up, so.
You know, I'll say this, that, there's people in my district that's like their number one priority is that leaf pickup. I
It
mean, I
is.
think the common council could get rid of the police department and the fire department, the library, the parks, the health department, could get rid of everything. As long as they pick up their leaves, I think they'd be happy.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Bruce.
It's a
It's
priority
important.
to a lot of people. I mean, a real high priority.
It is. To us, too.
Yeah,
That and snow removal, and it's all part of keeping the streets
Yeah.
passable and things like that. And we also reinstalled the warming shelter over at Conkle Park for the ice skating rink this year, too.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's about it for now, leaf collection and things like that, and we'll transition into the winter where we start our forestry operations and things like that, so.
okay, all right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Engineering report.
Good evening. I would like to try to briefly go through some of our projects that we have planned for next year. But first, just kind of a recap of what was completed this year here in the city. We reconstructed the neighborhood south of Morgan Avenue. That is complete for the year. However, we will be back in the spring to do the final lift of asphalt. We replaced some concrete panels on Cold Spring Road in a couple different sections, mainly here by City Hall. We repaired a sanitary sewer on Ramsey Avenue that was failing, and also cleaned and televised some hard-to-reach sanitary sewers throughout the city through a contract. As John mentioned, we worked with DPW to do some street lighting upgrades on Layton Avenue and 60th Street, and we are just finishing up a tree planting project here in the next couple of weeks. About 600 trees are being planted throughout the city here this fall.
Exciting.
Very exciting. It's nice to get a little bit more canopy throughout the city. John mentioned Layton Avenue, and with that being scheduled to reopen potentially end of next week, they are working a little later this year than they originally planned. However, they've had really favorable weather here the last couple weeks, so they're actually finishing up some work that they were planning to do next spring. So although it's inconvenienced right now for the traveling public, it means less closures and less work next spring. Wisconsin Department of Transportation is nearly complete with their Highway 100 resurfacing project, and they are currently working on the noise wall replacement between Cold Spring Road and Howard Avenue. I would imagine that's still several weeks out from completion, and there will be a Cold Spring Road overnight closures to finish that work.
Have you heard anything about those noise walls coming down like by my area and Pam's area? About, building any walls? I know that's something I've tried too.
We're still in conversations with DOT about that. I don't think we have an update for you since our last Board of Public Works meeting. They're still in their design process of their whole resurfacing project.
All right.
But they do know of our desires in that area.
Thank you.
Yep. So moving on to next year's projects, we're well underway in the design of those improvements. We're going to proposing to add sidewalk on the west side of 43rd Street between Cold Spring Road and Botsford Avenue. We have a public involvement meeting scheduled for that project on December 7th from 4 to 6 p.m. here at the council chambers. We're also going to resurface several asphalt roads throughout the city next year. And we also have a public involvement meeting scheduled for December 15th from 4 to 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. And invitations for those will be sent in the next week or so.
And that's for the sidewalk
December 7th is the sidewalk
on 43rd
between Cold Spring
to Howard?
Spring to Botsford.
Oxford,
That's
South.
to the,
by the expressway.
About a block or two
Oh,
length of
okay.
sidewalk there.
and you're gonna have a public hearing for that?
A public informational meeting, public involvement meeting, yeah.
And that's for December 7th, and what's the 14th again?
December 15th is just for all the general resurfacing projects throughout the city. Several neighborhoods we're going to resurface those asphalt roads, so that's what that PIM is for. We are also going to be upgrading the traffic signals at the intersections of 47th Street and Layton Avenue and the intersection of 60th Street and Edgerton Avenue. We plan to repair some concrete roads on 84th Street between Cold Spring Road and Howard Avenue next year. That's going to be a spot panel replacement similar to what we've done recently on Cold Spring Road. We have the power line trail like Jeff mentioned. We have the Honey Creek stream restoration that Jeff mentioned. We hope to extend the sanitary sewer around 92nd Street through a new development to bypass some of that flow and improve some capacity issues that we have in that area. And then lastly, we are working on the design of the turf skateboard park. Next year, Milwaukee County will be resurfacing Beloit Road from 124th Street to Wolmer Avenue, which is just east of Highway 100. We're partnering with them to add some pedestrian and bicycle accommodations around the Oak Leaf Trail, as well as improving the street lighting around the intersection with Highway 100. And lastly, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation will be replacing the 60th Street Bridge next year. Right. They are hosting a public involvement meeting here in the council chambers on December 1st, next week, Wednesday, from 5 to 7 p.m. Next week, we also have a pre-construction meeting with engineering staff and their construction team, and at that time I expect we'll learn more about their schedule. So that's kind of a brief rundown of some of our more major projects that we're undertaking.
Okay, I just wanted to bring up on, I thought the 15th with that resurfacing meeting. Okay, Cruising Santa is happening at that time.
Okay.
At night. I mean, because I know it's kind of big, the city really, I know in my district, so excited, all ages.
Okay.
And that Cruising Santa is going on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It might be starting on Monday.
Okay, thank you for that.
But I just wanted to bring that up to your
Yep, thank you for
attention.
bringing that to my
Starts
attention.
on Monday, the 13th, through Thursday, the 16th.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we will look into that. Thank you.
For the 60th Street Public Information Meeting, that's on December 1st
Correct.
here, and who's going to get notified? Anybody going to get notified with letters or anything?
The Department of Transportation sent out notification letters
Oh, yeah.
to all of the major businesses in that area, as well as the neighborhoods north and south of.
Do you know how far they go? Just people on 60th, or they go?
I was told that it extended into the neighborhoods on either side.
So there, people might get notified, hopefully, and they'll want more information. They can show up here on the 1st.
Correct.
And what time is it?
They are hosting it from 5 to 7 p.m.
5 to 7?
as an open house format.
Do you know when they're doing the skate park, when they're gonna finish that? Or when they're gonna start and finish potentially?
Jeff, you want to answer that
The
question?
goal would be to start the park this spring and finish it in 2023.
Okay. I'm just excited because that's my neck
Yeah.
of the woods, so.
Yeah.
I'm
no.
excited for all that area, what we're gonna do over on that side of Loomis.
Yeah, there's a lot going to happen over there. It's just that it's like it's a big project, and it's going to take a long time, unfortunately.
When is the skateboard park gonna
Not going
start
anywhere.
first?
The goal is to try to start the skateboard park this spring, but depending on funding. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know my daughter wants to see if Tony Hawk is gonna show up.
no,
He probably will.
There was rumors he was.
That would be cool.
No, he will come back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Be
There was
cool for like
rumors
a
he was
grand
gonna
opening
show
or
up.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Item number 10, other topics for future agendas. Anybody got anything? It was brought up, we might consider a 6 PM start. Is that, anybody have any strong objections to,
Is that okay?
That would work for me fine.
is that? You
Pam
guys?
at the last meeting,
Oh.
Pam said she wasn't able to do that.
That's right. Pam wasn't able to.
No, I thought she's the one that wanted the 6 PM start, right?
No,
Six-
she
Oh,
wanted
the
she wanted 6:30.
Yeah, so
Oh,
didn't we
Okay, well,
decide
then we'll
to
keep it at 6:30
Yeah.
then.
Okay.
Weren't they originally at
I was-
7 and we moved it back? I mean, from watching
It
them.
was all it traditionally is always at 6:30, and then it got moved to 6, and then it went back to 6:30.
I was under the impression that
She wanted 6:30.
Okay.
You wanted 6:30? Okay, then we'll keep it at 6:30. Okay, no other topics. I think I'll hold off on my speed bumps, but that's going to be something that maybe in a future meeting, we're going to have to talk about speed bumps
Okay.
and discuss that.
Speed bumps for where?
Mostly for Cold Spring, there's a group of citizens in my district that would like speed bumps on Cold Spring in the 80-100 block.
Okay, around there, all right. That was just because I live on Cold Spring.
Oh, you live on Cold Spring?
Yeah.
Where?
I live more closer to about like Highway 100, like that area.
Okay,
around
further
the-
down?
Yeah, so I don't know if that would.
So there's pros and cons with speed bumps and the
Yeah.
plows. I don't know, does it affect the
Plows,
plows?
that's a problem, isn't it?
Does it affect the plows, John? Speed bumps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that's a topic for another meeting.
Yeah,
Maybe I would invite police for enforcement reasons too, so.
yeah, that's, yeah, well, that's for
I
another
tried that
agenda. Okay, motion to adjourn,
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
second by Mr. Rivera, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion's carried. We are adjourned at 6:58.
Meeting and not very exciting. Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Have a good night,
All right. Bye.
you guys.
Yes.
Thanks.
Oh, I am tired.
Did we stop recording already?
Oh, yeah. press the-
yeah.
Press the green button.